I'm Bradley from Darwin Recruitment. I'm having a webinar conversation with one of my clients, Ajey from Norigin Media, and we're going to be discussing around obviously the current effects of the current climate on the media industry and broadcasting, to be exact. So obviously, Ajey, just to give you a bit of time to introduce yourself and the guys at Norigin. So yeah,
I'm going to do a wave so that you know that I'm actually greeting you, because we're learning how to be more virtual today. We're virtually from Oslo. We're a Norwegian company. We've been in the TV technology space for over a decade, nearly two, I would say. We're already in 2020, and the TV technology part of things that Norigin does is everything around streaming. From the video aspects of hosting, we've been hosting video services since 2004. We do a lot of UI UX development, both services and products, since 2010. So we're a Norwegian TV technology company, and streaming has kept us busy.
With obviously the quick adjustment that everyone's had to make, obviously, to the coronavirus situation, how much of this has actually had an impact on the broadcasting and the media industry to date at the moment?
I think specifically on the broadcast and streaming industry, I hear from a lot of personal friends that it must be going good. It's definitely not. I think being a part of the industry, the quick two things that comes to my mind is production has been halted, which requires people to be a part of it. Social distancing basically does not allow production to go on, whether it be actors on a soap or whether it be sports in general, which requires content to be created in terms of what one needs for live content or new content to be produced. So new series, etc., have been halted completely, and you can't see new shows coming up, not just during this period, but the period that follows it as well. Advertisers who spend most of their budgets on TV and digital formats have not just stopped because there's no new content, but there's no commodity and services to be sold, because people are staying home and limiting themselves to the absolute basic needs, which is food, water, shelter. You don't need to buy anything. And advertisers normally advertise what's being sold on an absolute current need of commodity sales. And if there's nothing being bought, there's nothing to be sold. Of course, we'll see a lot of brand recognition, which is a small part of the budgets, which we'll see going on. But the money being invested in the industry has slowed down because of lack of content, new content, and lack of sports and lack of advertisers. Which will trickle down across the industry, whether be it innovation, new development, launches of new services. People will rely on existing things in the market, including existing and old content, and that's what's being streamed right now.
Yeah. So how has that obviously had a knock-on effect to you guys, to your services, or how are you guys sort of adjusting to that then?
I think a couple of things. I think the whole company working from home has had an effect, but I think it's relatively extremely positive. I'm yet to see the larger negative side to it, personally at least. I'm not going to brush it aside, though. Of course, I've heard and read the news and seen a lot of people being affected by it. But from our company perspective, I think we started working from home. I personally started working from home rather early because of my own travel quarantine. The company started a bit earlier than the rest of Norway was asked to, simply because we thought it a good and quick move to do it. Having been working from home, I think our staff, our colleagues have seemingly become more efficient. I don't have any reports to it. It's just a feeling at this point in time. We are putting down some numbers to it to see how efficiency is better. Quality seems to be better. People seem to be making use of their time a bit better than before, I guess. I don't think it's a very good thing, because they're clearly working much more. I think, and of course, we're relying on this time so that people can improve the quality of their lives at home as well, which affects the company. I think if your staff and colleagues are healthy, and so is the company at the end of the day. And I think I'm waiting to see that to be converted and to be seen tangibly. Financially, I think a lot of companies in IT development have been hit hard on the consultancy side. New development services are being slowed. We're not seeing. We're only seeing absolute urgent needs, but we're not seeing any, preferences or things that they wanted in the future. There's no huge advancements in going on. The advertisers are not spending, like I said before, which would mean that innovation is coming down a little bit. But I think it's a bit early. It's been a couple of months, so it's and initially, at least, it's affecting the company and the morale, I would say, on an average, in a better and positive way.